I'm AJ McLaughlin.
I'm Ryan Ruiz.
I'm DJ Rich.
I'm Ruben Telfort.
I'm Clinton Martinez.
And we are the hosts of Opinions and Consequences, the podcast, the show where your opinions can lead to consequences. So, choose your words wisely. Enjoy the show.
Hey, my name's Tiger. No. What's going on, everybody?
Yo. I missed y'all, man. Up here.
It's been a while.
I've been in the back.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You kind of like.
Ooh, I want to hit the.
You are on IR a lot. We really got to talk about this contract.
He's wilding right now.
My good leg kicking. You feel me?
My good leg kicking? Whoa. You pause.
I mean,
wow.
Is that really pause-worthy? I mean, man has been on bump for like
leg is kicking.
But I mean,
Okay.
It is what it is. If the third leg's kicking too, you winning. You know what I mean? You hope the third leg is kicking.
Oh, Lord.
Shit.
Tragic.
I mean, in the end of the day, how does your knee feel though?
It's getting there.
Okay, so you can walk
Oh,
regularly.
I can walk. I can do.
Yeah, it was just on IR. That's all.
Yeah.
You are injury prone though. You might be damaged goods.
So like, are you at the with your leg? Are you like you still knocking these chicks down with the the Captain Morgan stance? Like, is that what you're doing?
But you couldn't bend the knee.
I can't.
That was the problem.
Exactly.
Captain Morgan can't really bend.
I still
You
bend
gotta
the
stand
knee.
and give the high knee on the joint. On the
That's actually still good.
You could do
Just
that.
saying. Still good.
Is it uncomfortable?
No, because as long as my knee is not bent at a certain flexion point, I'm straight.
Yo, you know what you should do though? You should make a bio on Tinder that you just came back from the war.
Oh, listen! You could be the injured sheep. You could be the injured deer in the middle of the road that someone wants to
I think
save.
that'd be a good look for you. I ain't gonna front to you.
Have y'all ever used the injury to do that though? Like, get a shorty?
Yeah, I've been through injuries where I used it a couple of times.
Yeah, definitely.
My back.
I remember
I hurt my knee.
Definitely in school.
Nah,
When I was in school,
Women always want to nurse you back to health though. That's the one thing I appreciate. I gotta say that much. But it is usually to get some ass. I'm not gonna lie about that. I've definitely used my I'm sick. The I'm sick one is great. I got a cold. I can't. I'm congested.
But you could definitely get some love if you just do that cold thing a little.
Oh my god! It is like one of the top 5 go-tos. It was that. It was I want to see you. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of stuff, but I mean,
It's crazy.
I mean, hey, this is opinions consequences. We start what we want. Anywho's,
Yes.
how's everybody doing on the panel this week, man? I know we haven't seen each other. I know we ain't talk. I know we ain't. You know what I mean? Because we really don't like each other.
there was
Don't worry.
There was some private congregations going on.
Did I miss a meeting?
We both missed it when they called us.
Yeah.
Oh no! That was
more like sound check.
that was like a sound check.
That was a soundtrack.
Exactly.
Do you feel different when they have these meetings without us?
Yeah.
Do you still like them?
It's only been one meeting. Guys, can we not make it seem like it was
one is the start. One lie can start to a thousand lies.
I don't know.
You give me
I'm seeing.
Ain't that the quote?
I'm seeing connections.
Yeah.
I don't get invited to Friday breakfasts.
Friday breakfast?
Yeah,
we haven't had that in a minute.
Yeah, we haven't had that in a minute. Actually. I was part of that too. Actually, I was part of that section.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't even know about no breakfast.
Well, you wasn't around. You wasn't around.
I don't know if he was around.
Just say he wasn't around.
Yeah, more like we didn't send out a text, but that's fair.
Oh, wow.
But the sandwich is great. I will say that those Friday breakfast sandwiches, you guys have no idea what you're missing.
I ain't gonna lie.
They are top notch.
But Ash always had like the secret code over there because he
he tend to know the girl at the registers, and
because he used to be able to get some healthy shit. Like we used to have to get the croissants, 1,000 calories. This nigga would go in there and be like, "Yo, up
pumpernickel."
He'd be like,
the
up, down,
pumpernickel
left,
board.
right, select, start. And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we do got the wheat. Yeah, we have that for you. Don't worry about that."
Yeah, it's kind of worth it. But I mean,
weird.
besides that, is everybody in good health, good spirits?
Now we still here. Ain't
Masturbating frequently?
No COVID.
Okay.
No COVID.
No, that is
No
a
COVID.
positive. That's why I have the
Definitely.
mask on. Ryan, trying to be socially, I don't know what's the word.
If they ever saw us,
oh, definitely.
Well, they definitely
going
will.
down
we
the
have to
bowl
use
of
the
monkeys.
footage to justify that we were literally the camera lenses all
Check
types
out.
warped and shit.
Shout outs to YouTube. Just check us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, and Spotify. Make sure you check that out. But
Yes, sir.
I mean, I guess let's get to it.
Let's dive on
You know what I
in.
mean?
Let's get nasty.
First things first.
Whoa.
Congratulations to the 46th president and his inauguration, Joe Biden. I guess we'll give the clap up for the guy.
Shout outs to Joe.
Interesting day.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Trump didn't want to leave.
No, he didn't.
He's a
very upset.
bitter bitch.
No,
Well, you know, the man might
Fuck
be.
that.
but yo, he did pardon Wayne though, man. You gotta give
Wayne.
him.
And Kodak.
Yeah, I don't understand how Kodak got pardoned, but I mean, because Wayne had to give his little. I mean, he had to show that he was part of the whole Trump movement. So I don't know how Kodak did that from jail, but it is what it is, I guess.
Well,
He's
listen.
been asking for it ever since like probably summer, I think.
Probably.
So did Joe Exotic. We didn't get it.
That's
You know what I mean? Well, you gotta let my man out.
Yeah,
He's pretty good
Now,
guy.
do you think he actually did that because he actually wanted to, or you think there was more to that behind the scenes?
Well, all right, I have a theory because Joe Biden is guilty for putting a lot of incarcerated a lot of black men, and a lot of the people he pardoned were a lot of people were doing for nonviolent offenses and for like drug offenses. They had like life and 22 years. I can't recall all the names because he pardoned like 100 and something people, but. I mean, those were all attributed to Joe Biden passing the laws he passed in the 90s and 80s. Yeah. So I think that was more so like hey, I'm fixing your little problem so he could use that as ammo later on like a smear campaign. That's just me. I just think it was just a point to prove.
Yeah,
Right.
I know he signed like 17. I think it was 17, right? 17. He signed like about 17.
It was a lot. He got a
I checked my Sally Mae joint and it's still up there. So I just want to make sure.
Did you get your stimmy? No one got their stimmy?
No, I ain't get my stimmy. I haven't got the first one.
mine.
You got your stimmy?
I got 2,000.
I haven't got the first or the
You got the
second.
2,000?
You know,
You got the plug?
Let me check my account.
I said my knee.
It still says broke. Don't worry about it. Listen,
Saying, I'm just joking. I ain't get on 2,000. Come on now.
but he did put a pause. Joe, that was his first thing. On government loans, guys. That's a big deal.
Make sure you check it.
Zero interest rate.
Zero interest rate. That's a big deal.
Up until September, and we'll see what happens because they're really trying to get $10,000 down. And then on top of that, they were saying that they may even go higher, so they didn't negotiate in that part.
What's 10,000 when you're 130? Just gonna put that out
remember,
there.
this is, I mean,
Wow.
if all your loans is federal,
To use your new ones.
that's what.
That's what I was doing.
So you had
I said
me-
this one.
Okay.
Yeah, just great. I guess
Thanks,
Dad
boss.
told us what to do.
Jeez. Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Great.
Yes, boss.
Talk about
Yes,
being
boss.
real shadow, huh? Like this.
Just
Yeah.
interrupting.
Good job being transparent, buddy. All righty.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Hey, shout out to my man Ash over there behind the scenes. He out here. He out here promoting us heavy. He even got a shot.
What's that dude from the Jerry Springer show? The dude that was Al. What's his name? Al. Steve Wilkos. Steve right there.
I think he would be our good security.
He would.
And don't get foolish when you pour this, sir.
What we doing?
Because you see how
I'm not gonna lie. This definitely look like a double shot.
that
is a
is,
double shot.
and you're not.
Why do you think he got these?
I know. I like how he just decided to just be in the background.
mysteriously with these today?
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
get his glass too.
Mysteriously. Oh, DJ Rich, man, have your glass, sir.
Watch out with him, man. You know he on that vegan shit.
So now let's get into this. So President Biden gave his first presidential address to Americans on Wednesday. It was a star-studded inauguration day, right? The event that went unattended by his predecessor. Clearly, he hated. In his remarks, Biden promised to help the nation heal, both from ongoing coronavirus pandemic as well as political rifts that had deepened considerably during the term of former President Trump. Quote, "Today we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate but of a cause, the cause of democracy, the people. The will of the people has been heard and the will of the people has been heeded," Biden said. Anything to that? I mean, do we have anything to say to that? I mean, are we shocked he said it in that way?
No,
No.
that's Rich.
No. I'm just happy nothing happened that day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna go down.
Nah, I ain't gonna front though.
I low-key did.
Still early.
Nah.
Nah, he's in there.
No,
I mean,
Nah.
He was. I mean, they planted something, but he was more exposed. Than
he could still get shot. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. But they didn't kill Trump. So I don't think they're gonna shoot at Biden.
Nah. Well, I wasn't really thinking of it that way. I was thinking of it in a way like,
The racial war?
Exactly.
You thought it was about to heat up?
Yeah.
You thought it was about to be black and white TV?
I ain't gonna front. I walk by a white dude like,
Oh, you
had to make sure.
You
I had to make sure.
Are you with me? I just need to know who's with us. Because who's with us is with us. And
Exactly.
It just ain't.
No, seriously. If it does become a racial war, please hit up your white friends and find out what's
Yeah, because I need to know. I really need to. I don't want to walk into a trap, but
I guess we can toast to
toast to Joe.
Toast to Joe.
Toast to Miss Harris.
That's exactly. I was about to bring that up next.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, you right.
So shout out to her.
Shout out to Michelle for killing Miss Harris.
You see the purple? You see the purple though? That was the stunt. You saw the hair on the real
hair
quick.
was
It was like
All the minority women at home who were going against Vogue Y'all need to stop it. Please stop it.
I saw that.
Y'all need to stop it. Y'all really need to stop it. I mean, Miss Harris got a bunch of blazers, and she probably don't even wear a thong. She probably just do missionary. But all I'm saying is that she's a VP, and you can't compare a VP to Michelle, the first lady.
She's the first VP black.
That's technically more power.
So I didn't even know what happened.
Well, there was this big thing where a lot of minority women had an issue with Vogue, and they thought that Vogue was the reason why she looked like that. She had pretty much
how they took the pictures. You gotta give the context to it. To be fair, Vogue has a way they do their covers. Yeah, and her cover looked pretty crusty compared to all the other covers.
But look at her though. She looked like she got 20 blazers in.
Well, to be fair, they said that wasn't her team. Said that wasn't the picture that they picked. Also, so Vogue went against what her team wanted, and
I bet it was a blazer.
I bet it was a blazer.
I bet it was a picture.
Here's the kicker to that whole story. They actually are redoing it, and they're releasing the cover again as a special different edition. And it's actually going to be online, so just context.
Look at her the other day; she had a blazer on.
Yeah,
she only wants blazers.
The Pepsi blue. That's what I'm saying.
She only so you keep
when you're in the office. Yeah, that's the look.
Yo, the thing, I'm not mad. It's the women. It's the minority women.
If somebody's in their path, their lane, she's sticking with it.
She's a VP, not a first lady. Let's stop it, because all the first ladies wear dresses.
Well, actually, that was a good point. That wasn't a shot.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd knock her down on a Monday.
Oh, for sure.
She would not get prime days though. She won't get a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You're not giving her prime slots?
No, she's definitely a Monday. Maybe Sunday late night. About to turn into Monday.
My thing with her is like, what are we gonna talk about? Because she seems like she's corny. When she said the Tupac thing, I was like, oh, you're kind of corny.
No, she's definitely kind of corny.
Like, I just don't know where a conversation would lead.
Oh my God, what was that?
Gasoline.
I don't know.
That was gasoline.
Stay away from the vodka, yo.
Well, we don't drink that stuff. We drink water. This is
shit tastes like vodka and tussin.
This is gasoline. It's pure. That's pure. But since we're talking about Kamala Harris,
yes,
let's talk about some powerful black women. It's two actually. We got to give kudos first to Kamala,
shout out to her,
and then we have a local that we have to give the credit to, the interim mayor, the first black and woman mayor of Boston, Kim Janey. Can we get it? We gotta. Let's at least. That's in our backyard. That's in our backyard. We gotta give some credit. This is
that's big time.
This is different.
Definitely.
Very different. Let me just give some context. Let me get you to this. So recently, Mayor Marty Walsh, Jay Walsh, he's taken a cabinet seat with the President Biden. The City Council President Kim Janey is poised to become the first black person and first woman to serve as the city's mayor, making history amid a social injustice movement sweeping the state and the nation. Under the city's rules, if Walsh resigns to become labor secretary, he will be replaced by the council president, and the post Janey has held since 2019. She would serve as acting mayor until the new election, which is not until November. So she's gonna have a whole year to change things around, essentially. So, well, big news. That's big for Boston, because Boston has primarily been. I mean, I've only known like two mayors. It's Walsh and it's what's the other? He died. Menino. I've only known those two. That's really it. I don't think, was there one in between?
No.
Walsh and Menino? I don't think so, because Menino held it for like 18, 20 years, right? It was some record. So like, this is Boston.
And Walsh came in while Menino was still alive.
Yeah, because he was dying. That's right. And he got his election. That's right. Yep. Yeah, that's when he did. Shout out to Menino.
This is big though for Boston, 100%, bro.
Facts.
I mean, I don't expect it.
I don't expect it from Boston at all.
Yeah, no.
But I think this opens up the doors also for her to run for to see what she does now, for people her to gain traction.
She's gonna go Senate probably next.
And then
that's probably the way to go.
And then also bring some other people up that she can to promote.
Well, allegedly also other news in this, the Boston police chief or commissioner, I forget which one he is. He's either one. He's
the black guy.
He's gonna run actually for mayor. So he might run against her. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say I love
he's making moves though. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's get on up.
Well, this looks like the United States. This does look like the United States now. There's a lot of color and mixing going on here, like it should have been from the beginning.
Yep.
No offense to the white folks, but it's looking more unified in a way.
I'm loving it, man. I know white people out there probably listening to that Jadakiss song. Oh, why?
Yeah.
Why you gonna do us like that? They probably looking at all these colored people coming in like.
That's true.
Even the inauguration was crazy. It looked like a concert.
Shout out to Bernie.
Shout out to
for memes. He gave us the memes.
Bernie was definitely.
He gave us the best memes.
Hell yeah, Bernie forced it.
So it's like, it's basically now. I don't know if I'll see, like, do we think New York will get this type of treatment of I guess white folks. I mean, well, black folks coming into office. So I said white folks because we got Kumo. We had Kumo. They got Kumo.
Dude,
like
why you gotta say it like
city.
that?
What, Kumo?
It's like you trying to say Kumo.
Whoa.
Relax on that one. We gotta chill.
Bumbaras.
It's Como.
It's Kumo, I thought. Is it Kumo? What is it?
It's Como.
Kumo D. Either one, my G.
Facts.
I think it's Como.
Yeah, it's Como.
Is it? I thought it was Kumo.
It's Governor Como.
Let's not move on. Let's just move on.
I'll say
I'm with you regardless.
Are we gonna get
Say the sentence.
Real talk.
well, don't we got a brother on the news? I thought
Thanks,
that was
Steve, for being
that's why
transparent
it's
again,
his
Steve.
homie.
Yeah, thank you.
That's his homie. So that's just basically what it is.
Back panel. Now they all in the front too.
You notice that?
Real transparent, Steve.
All of a sudden,
well,
now everybody got the opinion. Now everybody got
cheese and bread.
Say one name. Say one bullshit type of situation. Either way. So shout out to Harris and Janey. I guess that's the main thing. But let's kind of see what's going on. We have a new feature. Yeah. Should we tell the people what it is, or should we just show them? I don't.
We gotta tell the people what it is.
Go ahead, Ryan. Let them know what it is. Just let them know.
Yeah, we definitely should tell them.
So here we go. We got a new feature we're gonna start doing, and we're actually gonna start phoning a friend. We're actually gonna call them phone a viewer. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna call the first person, and we're actually gonna talk about one of the topics that we're gonna be talking about on the show.
So you get to express yourself
and chime on in, baby.
All right,
all about the opinions, baby.
Let's try this. Let's see what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Test it out.
I don't know if we tested. Did we test out the equipment?
Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
I think we did that for like 4 hours today.
You know, we weren't invited.
Hello?
Caller, you're on the line. This is Quentin Martinez of Repeats the Consequences podcast. Please don't say anything to incriminate yourself. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks for the forewarning, so I don't say anything incriminating.
Well, you know, it could go kind of crazy. Don't want you to talk about you pimping your hoes and selling coke and crack. Just trying to keep it professional for the kids.
No, I'm just here waiting for this Keisha Cole and Ashanti versus.
Oh, it is tonight.
I told you it was on Thursday.
And these hoes ain't come out yet. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you think women would be on time?
Never.
Like, first of all, they postponed the original one, and we've been waiting, and now these hoes got us waiting a whole half hour.
Exactly.
Second of all, they still late.
The caller's name is Caro, like a car. We will call her Caro. We will not put out government names.
Okay.
Caro.
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's poppin'?
So listen, with recent changes in office, we have a female black VP, and now we have a black Boston mayor. How do you feel about it for the women? Are we going in the right direction?
Girl fucking power. This is the greatest thing that's possibly ever happened in the last 1,000,000 years. I don't think a lot of people are prepared for women in charge, but y'all better brace yourselves because the next woman might be president, y'all.
I believe that.
Go ahead.
Go down on that.
Yeah. Any feelings about the Vogue cover for Kamala Harris? We were just having that conversation. Just kind of curious.
Wait, what was that question?
The Vogue cover that Kamala Harris did that she looked all dusty. Do you have any?
I feel like they played her because originally they had her in this very beautiful powder suit, and my sis was slaying, and then they decided to publish a cover of her in some Chuck Taylors, and it was like, why y'all trying to play her like she's some fucker? Like, this wasn't even part of the agreement.
Wait,
I feel like because she was a...
Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Do you think that she has swag like that, though? Like, I think she's more of a blazer type woman.
Honestly, I mean, maybe in her personal life she might have swag like that if she wants to, but I don't think that's what Vogue is about. Like, I feel like because she was a woman of color, they didn't really, like, give her the opportunity to, like, show out the way that they do with, like, other international models or like other white models that they put on the cover.
Hasn't Rihanna been on Vogue? I know she has.
Yeah, she was looking bad.
Exactly.
And did you think that they played Rihanna? They would never play Rihanna. Rihanna's
of course, because she's sexy and she dresses not with blazers.
You hit Kamala on Monday.
Exactly.
And so, I'd hit Kamala too.
She's more of mom than anything.
So is Oprah.
They done had my sis on the cover of Vogue dressed like a crib. Like she's what?
Wow.
She didn't even reach
it was number one. It was powdered baby blue. Don't do that. Don't do that. She said a crib.
Looking like a straight.
This was not Crenshaw.
That's our neighborhood. That's our neighborhood.
It was disrespectful, and especially if her team in advance they had already spoken about what they were going to finalize, and the powder blue suit where she looked really nice. They were going to finalize that, and then they just drop a whole other cover without telling her anything. Yeah. And they knew what they were doing when they did that. And obviously, they're going to retract their statement and they're going to apologize as much as they can. But the damage is already done. Like they already put it out there. Like at this point, it was unprofessional on their behalf, and I don't understand why she just couldn't get the same respect.
The picture's really
bad. Really right. All right, last question.
It's a horrible picture.
It's not that bad to me.
I mean, it's bad. Just feel like she's crusty.
She is who she is. Like, look what she wore the other day. She had a blazer on, bro.
I'm
like,
saying,
she got like 30 in the clip, bro. That match mad shows. Like, this is my issue. Is this? Look, I understand that women love to have someone to look up to for empowerment, but I think we're forcing it. This is a VP. This ain't Michelle Obama, first lady. All the first lady wear dresses. A VP, nah. Like, stop it. Look at her. She don't look like she wear thongs.
I don't think she wear dresses.
No. Vogue is a high fashion magazine.
Facts.
Give her the decency and the respect that you give everyone else.
100.
So she'll have a high fashion blazer.
Some tailors are not high fashion.
Good point.
Nah, get out of here with that. No
what
way.
are you talking about? They happen to on a runway. I've seen models wear Chuck Taylors.
At least she also don't have.
She look comfortable to me.
She does. At least she don't have the shoulder pads on. Like
and
that's an actual blazer.
And that's fine. And you know what? They could have used that as a spread on the inside of the magazine, not the front cover. Like that's not how it works. That's not what was discussed.
So
at this point,
what would be your ideal outfit? What would be your ideal outfit besides a dress? Because we know she's not gonna wear a dress.
She gotta wear pumps. So there gotta be some pumps.
So now we gonna fashion her out. Now that's what we're doing.
Swag her out.
Picking the comments in fashion for women. Just let you know. Yeah.
They could have put my sister in a nice jumpsuit. Like I don't even know. They just put her like.
I mean, you did see Michelle. You see Michelle. Michelle did look good.
You got me sound like Soulja Boy. A jumpsuit.
Or like a good high-waisted pants with like a nice shirt.
Oh no,
high-waisted pants.
If she wore straight jeans, we would have a problem.
Did y'all not see how my sis Michelle slayed the inauguration with her?
What did I say? First lady. First lady. We love that. They all dressed up.
First lady, my forever first lady Michelle. Melatonin could never.
Yeah. I hope you read the book too, the Michelle book, because the way you sound like you a big sister empowerment. You better have that book over there.
She done stabbed off 4 or 5 people.
She definitely sound like it when she said jumpsuit.
I mean, you don't know. She could have worn a jumpsuit, and a jumpsuit. You guys are thinking like Dickies jumpsuits or like prison.
No, I'm not even thinking jumpsuit. I was thinking of a prison jumpsuit. I wasn't thinking of a prison jumpsuit either.
So when you think
when you was thinking jumpsuit, you was talking about one of those fitted jumpsuits, right?
Like a very pretty fitted jumpsuit, like
fitted jumpsuit showing her body off
with a blazer.
Yeah, like
so a VP out there showing her body. They had a problem with Barack playing ball for just to get his health right. Now you went out there in a jumpsuit like she was going to beat you or garage or something. Stop it.
Last question. Last question before we get you off the phone. No. Now with all this and all these women in power, we're seeing CEOs, we're seeing vice presidents, we're seeing mayors. Can we now stop with the non-equality for men and women? Women now having their place stamped. Is it official that women can no longer use that and say, men are getting all these powers?
No, that's going to be a never-ending conversation because equality for women doesn't only end with having a vice president. Like, women are still being underpaid. Men are still being overpaid for doing the same exact job, for having the same exact titles, for having the same exact positions. So it's a conversation and a discussion that's going to really be never-ending until they really do something about it.
Don't you feel like women have changed? They have changed. I think they've changed the narrative. I saw a meme the other day that said that women, we used to chase the rich niggas. Now we are the rich niggas.
Now we are the rich. Yeah, and absolutely. Like 1,000%.
So I feel like women are winning.
Have upgraded themselves now.
Oh, no, definitely. You guys are selling crack cocaine and having a 401k at the same time. You guys are definitely doing great for yourselves. Now we're turning into Scarface? No, wait a minute. That wasn't No, I'm not even saying that. But what I'm saying is that women are pushing it to a whole nother level. But what I feel is this. If you guys get the power, can you please let a man still be a man? At least let him take the trash out. You know what I mean? You could do everything else, but let the man trash out or something. Don't take his ego. Don't screw his dick off.
You can't be upset at a woman who knows how to take care of herself. I mean, it's okay to let a man be a man and take care of you here and there, but why can't I take out my own trash? What's the problem?
Well, but you're doing everything else. Why can't you give him a little room to do something?
And on that note,
this is
thank you.
This
for being our first
definitely,
caller.
man. She sounds like someone. She sounds like someone. If I bought her a drink at the bar, she would wrestle me like, nigga, you ain't gonna buy me no drink. I'm gonna buy my own drink.
I don't take drinks from strangers. Stranger danger, y'all. Don't do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Carolyn, real quick question: beef patty with cocoa bread or no cocoa bread?
That is a good point.
You already know the answer to this. It's always with cocoa bread.
Okay.
If you don't eat beef patties with cocoa bread, you're a terrorist, and we can't be friends.
Time out. Do you eat it with cheese? Do you eat it with cheese?
If they have cheese at the moment, yes. But sometimes they don't have
you
cheese.
sound like you go with American cheese, don't you?
That's disgusting. Don't do that to me.
Oh, okay.
At this point, I thought we were friends, Clinton. I heard that. But you know what? Whatever. Can y'all believe the content Keisha Cole still ain't come out, y'all? It's 8:40. You know, I have a time.
Listen, we'll ask her for the last question. Ask her which one she going with.
Who you rolling with for the last person?
I'm rolling with Ashanti.
Okay. Is it because of the sideburns? Is it because Spanish women want to stick with women with sideburns?
I thought she would have been with Keisha, but you mean it's cool.
I'm rolling with Ashanti. I love me some Keisha Cole, but Ashanti got the.
Yo, just make sure not to call no exes going down memory lane, girlfriend.
Nah, I'm putting my phone on D&D and watching from my trap phone, so we good.
Oh, yo, love. Yo, appreciate you.
Yeah, stop cuddling with the hammer, too.
Bye, Kato. Appreciate you.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
You too.
Well, that went pretty well for our first.
Oh man, that was
I thought
great.
that was gonna be abysmal.
I'm not going to
have more shows like this.
I am not. We should.
We should.
You know what it is?
I think we should talk to our viewers.
It's the three of us. That's why.
Wow.
It's the three of us.
Well, it has been three of us lately.
I know. You see what's going on
Three
here?
tater tots. One was left longer.
Who we got next? Who?
Where we at? Sorry.
Oh man,
All
I
the
can't
women
wait for Miss
conversation.
Harris to hit us up.
Oh yeah, this is
She does. You know we're fashion now. Pins and
I mean,
consequences.
listen.
We do women fashion.
Vogue. Send us some money.
Shout out to my man Steve taking them pictures, yo.
I mean, it is what it is. Oh well, I guess we should get into our next topic. I guess because this is kind of I kind of like this. This is a feel good story. Kyrie Irving buys a home for the family of George Floyd. This is very big. Brooklyn Nets point guard Kyrie Irving bought a house for the family of George Floyd, who died last year at the hands of the Minneapolis police. The former NBA player Steven Jackson, who was a close friend of Floyd's, discussed the gift and outpouring of support for Floyd's 7-year-old daughter Gianna on the Rematch podcast. Floyd, who was a black man, died in May after former police officer Derek Chauvin knelt on his neck for almost 8 minutes. Chauvin is scheduled to be tried in March on the charges of second-degree unintentional murder and second-degree manslaughter. Open floor, guys. What do we feel about this? What do we think? I mean, Kyrie's been in the news a lot. Yeah.
So I think I've been going so much back and forth on this since everything been happening with Kyrie, what's going on in the news. But I think the subtlety that happened when he said that I see it subtly when I first saw the report was that he had bought a home for George Floyd's family, right? And so as you separate, I saw it as separate, right? Because obviously Kyrie had some off court issues. We'll just keep it at that.
Correct.
So with that,
not so much issues.
And I wouldn't say issues. He just wants to be away.
Yeah, it was unprofessional.
And it's unusual for people to see anything like this. Yeah. And I think that's what also sparked so much news in the media. But the moment that also came out with George Floyd, so everybody's like, wow, he's such a good person. You know, giving him a lot of compliment, but he's not looking for it.
That's true. But okay.
And that's appreciated. So that's what I'm trying to say. For right now, I'm just saying I avoid the other half of what he was doing before. Of, you know, not being around us there with the team, move on from that. To be honest with you, like, everybody's gonna have their opinion as him as a basketball player and what he does on the court and what he does for his team. But what he has done to help somebody, I mean, without even he was just humble with it, and I appreciate that.
Ruben, my thing is this: I don't think the good things you do in the community should correlate to what you do on the floor. I feel like you gotta have a great publicist regardless, because this is crazy how they all comes out during these times when you are going rogue. For me, it's just like, I think Kyrie has mental health issues. Yeah. I think it's a great thing that he did things for people, and I mean, he decided to be on didn't he decide to be on some, like, the mayor of New York's Zoom conversation?
He's been on so many things.
For me, it's like, it's cool, bro. Like, you can be Captain Planet, and then after that, get on the court and do what you got to do. But for me, it's kind of like, yo, like, you still got to be professional. You still got to hit your team up, hit the GM up. Yeah. You can't hit them up 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, it's just like, I think that for him, I think he has a lot of issues, bro, and I'm really worried for him because I really feel he battles mental health issues. You can't be so closed off knowing that you're in this lifestyle. That's the thing. Like for most of us, we would rather the money than the fame. Because the fame, you do have to open up. Like, of course, you don't have to show your personal life that much, but some of that stuff might come out anyways. But for him, I just feel like, yo, like you really need to start noticing that you got blessed to be here. Yeah. That was one. Yeah, I know you did hard work to get here, but you was blessed to have a great NBA contract to take care of your family. But bro, I just don't like how they try to correlate his good stuff off the court to this. I don't really respect that. Like I don't know why they do it like that.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys' points on this. This is kind of interesting, right? I love what Kyrie does off the court. I do love all of the things he does as far as, supporting Black Lives Matter and even buying, George Floyd's daughter a house so that she doesn't have to worry financially about nothing. I think those things are all great. And I do agree with you. I think Kyrie is definitely has depression or something like that because he always seems to be down. It's like he's in a room full of people, but he always looks empty to me, and it's very disheartening to see for a person that has gifted with so much stuff. It just doesn't make sense, right? But then you think about it from the other angle of he is a human being, and this is normal. Life for him is always on display. But the only thing I highly disliked was what he did pull with that whole unprofessionalism, because like you said, you are very blessed to be in a position that many American kids and adults wish and pray they could be there, and you have the talent to stay there and continue to play at the highest level and get paid millions and millions of dollars from different endorsements and different things, which allows you to help these people off the court. So it's like you can't mess up one side and then expect to help the other side, because once you mess up one side too much, you don't have all that. So sure enough, but let's F all that. Let's get some point of views here. Let's make another call. See where this goes. Who's upstairs? Someone's upstairs.
That's what I'm hearing. Text her.
It's lit upstairs.
Oh, it's under something.
Jerrickson, this is Clinton Martinez with the Opinions and Consequences podcast. I'm here with Ryan Ruiz and Ruben Telfort. Please be careful of what you say, because it might be incriminating if you say too much.
Oh no, I can't really hear you. It's like.
But I'm getting some static right now.
Jerrickson, can you hear me?
Yep.
This is Clinton Martinez from the Opinions and Consequences podcast. I'm here with Ryan Ruiz and Ruben Telfort. Please be careful of what you say. We don't want to get you in no shit with your lady, right? So, listen, bro, we're talking about the Kyrie Irving situation. Basically, he bought George Floyd's daughter a house. What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on Kyrie and everything that's going on with him, the Nets, and just personally?
To be honest, I don't even really know.
So your thoughts on?
I mean, he's kind of a loose cannon, but he buying somebody that he doesn't really know a house. Obviously, it's a nice gesture, but I feel like it's a little much. It might kind of be something that he's trying to do to win the public eye over. Obviously, he's going through some things, but to just hop out and buy someone a house, there's a lot of people in shitty situations.
So you think it's a publicity stunt?
More or less. Just like I said, there's a lot of people going through shit, and for him to pick that person to buy a house, you could do a lot of little things.
I mean, he has helped a lot of other movements. Yeah. Can we give him that much credit? I mean, he's helped Black Lives Matter, and he's gone in there.
For sure.
He said that person.
You got to bring race into it. That's the best way to do it.
For sure.
So besides
that's definitely giving him credit, but at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of other people always hurt, man. So
now, what do you think of his on-court stuff? What do you think of the Nets? Let's get to that. We didn't even get to that part because that trade happened. We didn't even see the shit.
Hold on, so just brief me on this encore.
On the encore? No. I said, what do you think of Kyrie Irving and the Nets now that they're in the NBA?
So
the super team.
You talking close to the phone? I can't. It's like muffled.
Maybe that's what it is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So we want to know what's your thoughts on. So right now in the NBA, there was just a trade this past couple of days where James Harden went from the Rockets to the Nets. So now there's a big-headed three. You got James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, 3 superstars on one team.
Did you say big headed 3?
That is.
I didn't realize it. My bad. I'm a natural big head. My fault. All right, y'all forcing it.
Don't worry.
Anyways, so what are your thoughts? Do you think it can work? Do you think it's not gonna work? What you think?
To be honest, I mean, obviously you already said that superstars. That obviously that franchise has had a little bit of trouble, but you're always gonna get hype and hope with people that have respect in the game. You can't count them out. Honestly, yeah, I was an athlete for most of my life, so you can never count anybody out. To be honest, they're professionals, and obviously they haven't played, so you can't really predict anything. But honestly, they got a good shot. They're talented. You can't take that away from them.
So, are they going to beat the Lakers? I guess is the question.
I can't. Honestly, I don't have them doing that. To be honest, I'll be real honest. You can't bet against that man over there. He a freak of nature, LeBron James. Unless he hurt.
Nah.
If he get hurt, then they got a shot. But I don't got him beating in a series. Hell no.
Well, Jorgson, we appreciate your time, brother. Thanks for coming on the show. You're a second caller. We'll be sure to remember.
For sure.
Send him a gift basket, Ryan.
So.
Do we have gift baskets? I don't even think we got that yet.
I'll give it to him.
All right, bet. All right, Jorgson, man. Appreciate you, man.
For sure. Good luck.
Take care, player.
To the podcast. Yeah. Hell yeah.
No problem. Later. Yeah, two people.
Yeah.
I'm shocked people
actually picking up. I'm about to say that.
I kind of would not.
You see the
answer
number?
the
Like,
phone.
I don't know this number. You know what? Let me go ahead and hang up.
Do you think it's yeah, that is kind of weird. If you block the random numbers, because I put it on the block list.
I don't block it on the random number because the only thing that haunts me is like, what if that's like somebody else's actual number that comes back? It's like, okay, now you don't even know, because remember, this is such a algorithm. You don't know if anybody ever gonna have that number again.
Do you
pass this down?
Oh, sorry. Apparently,
Thank
we
you.
got to pass this
We'll put
around.
musical chairs. Not musical chairs, musical cups.
The good thing is we have names on our cups.
You sure you want this?
Yeah.
They've been drinking some misty black bottle for like the last 40 minutes. I don't know what it is, but I want no parts of it.
Yeah, it's kind of smoky. Just keep it there. Yeah, we good.
But it comes out clear. I just whatever this is, I don't.
Usually with smoky tequila, you gotta have a cigar with it, just like. Are
you a connoisseur?
Yeah, I am. Just like if you drinking, Blue Label or anything like that, you still gotta have a cigar with it to smoke your stuff.
Shit.
Oh, woo! So this actually is a topic. No bullshit. I thought of you. I swear to God, Ruben. This topic is great.
Let me just take a shot on that. Since
you should. Because not necessarily thought of you, but I thought it would be hilarious for you. A piece of this. The sperm kings have a problem. Too much demand.
This is more for you.
No. This is great. Listen, wait. I'm just putting
yourself.
Facts.
Wait, but no. I thought about it because all right. First off, let me just read what it's about. All right. The sperm kings of America are exhausted. These men are flying all over the place. They are shipping their sperm with new vial systems and taking the latest DNA test because that is what women want now. Sure, they can talk on the phone, but they say it has to be quick because they are driving from Dallas to Portland to Kansas City in time for ovulation windows. Nowadays, women want pandemic children. Fellas, my first question.
Yes, tell me.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right. Fuck shit.
Go ahead. Finish your question. Finish your question.
Sounds like a goal.
Yeah, you already know, buddy.
Line is off safety.
Would you donate sperm consistently? Would you do that as a full-time job?
Yes.
I guess that's the first question.
I'm gonna have to hold back on that because if I don't have any little ones my damn self, I would like to hold back on that. I don't want to give it out and all of a sudden I ain't got nothing else left. You heard me?
Well, sorry, this is the part of the article I meant to read to you guys. One guy has sired 35 children, and he has 8 more on the way.
That is shooting.
So, my first question would be, how much are we getting paid? That's where I'm at first.
There's actually a movie on this.
Is there?
There is a movie. I forgot what it's called.
We're not talking about porn.
No, it's not.
There was a documentary I saw.
Yeah, no, it's different. It's actually a movie where this dude he went to jail for it. It's
not really, me?
Nah, for pretty much seating up women that couldn't be seated. So he was the
out of Vegas.
No, it wasn't out of Vegas. It was either out of New York or something. It was a movie, but I don't think the movie was like a real true story. But like, yeah, he was this one dude who pretty much was a nerd, but of course he had the wood stick. So of course he pretty much impregnated this one girl, and she was like I wasn't supposed to be able to get pregnant, and so pretty much she started pretty much opening up the line, used him as a little ad, and it was making bank.
Wait a minute. She couldn't get pregnant, and he had the strong soldiers, huh?
No, yeah, he did.
He's definitely drinking some ginseng.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened. But yeah, I don't. Man, that's super weird, bro.
What's the weird part? I think the weirdest part is if you do see a kid that look like you. Let's say you take a trip to Oklahoma randomly and you at the airport, and then you see this little 2-year-old walk by you, and they look just like you, and it's with a woman that is horrible.
You know what's so funny about what you're saying? It's kind of like when people on Instagram send you a pic of like some kid like acting out. Like people do this all the time to me. Like, oh my god, look how outgoing this kid. This could be your son, and you're like,
wait a minute.
Exactly. What you mean? I think the weird part about it is that you're not fathering these kids, bro.
Well, what's the
That's like the biggest weird part. Like, I feel like you'd have to be on some real wild. Like, I feel like you'd have to throw your morals away and just be all about the bread.
Should we be concerned though? The fact that women want this more, should we be concerned? Because it's like there's no intimacy. I guess.
Well,
they don't want intimacy.
So you brought up a good point right there that women want it more because if you think of it, they don't want that's kind of crazy at the fact that they don't want to get it from somebody that they actually are building something with.
Elaborate.
So when it comes to being a sperm donor, obviously you only know the characteristics of what the donor is, and I mean you know the person, but you're not gonna actually know the person.
Yeah, you don't know if they're a serial killer.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like you don't know what that person gonna be like. Exactly. You just like, okay, this kid, whatever eyes I want, whatever skin tone I want, whatever culture I want, like you can kind of like do what you want. You can select. There's a lot of selections they got.
They do it. I do wonder how this meeting goes for women.
World, bro. It's a fantasy world.
Yeah, it's kind of playing God.
Yeah,
low key. I mean, it's kind of weird though, like because they looking just. You're right. They look at your picture. They see your name. They see your interests. I'm just assuming. I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying. I've never done this, but I'm just saying. You got to figure they have your interests, your eye color, your height. You know, your family, whatever. If you have any diseases and shit, and then the chick just picks you, and she's like, "I want his nut." Essentially, you know, I want his semen in me, but not the regular way. I think it just takes all the fun out of it. Then again, the donation, I mean, I can't say anything negative about that part. I mean, for the guys, I mean.
So, and at the same time, I just think that the lack of, but I'm also not going to sit here, I'm also not going to sit here and say that, like, all women that go to sperm donors are women that just don't want to fuck with men like that. Like, there are women out there that literally have other things that are going on in their life that men are not their priority necessarily.
Yeah, but isn't there a statistic that says like 83% of children who grow up in not a 2-parent household end up in prison or something like that? I think there's a statistic that actually says that. So it's kind of unfair because you kind of shorten the kid already from before they even get here.
Well, yeah.
So is it like
but you also got to think of it too, though. It could be two lesbians. It can be somebody that just doesn't want any type of man attached to. You know what I mean?
People want to
or two men even.
But that's also. But see, that has the second stage. But that's once again. That's now we're jumping into a different situation. But it's still 2 parents in the household. You know what I'm saying? Because single-parent households are more.
Sorry, let me clarify this. My apologies. So what I was saying was that pertaining to if it was, and I was saying 2 different situations. I started to mix them up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if it's a 2-parent household, even if it doesn't have to be 2 parent figures. Let's just say it like that.
Household. It's fine.
2 parent figures in the household. And I was also saying because it could also be a brother, anybody else that could stay that consistent. That's what consistency. That's the biggest key.
Okay, I'm all right.
So that's what I was saying. It's just that it's a consistency that takes that part away. But if it's a single parent home, that is difficult. I feel like if that person has a strong will to make that child its world.
Yeah, I mean, I just
like everything.
I just don't know if this has to do with the fact that women are being more independent. That's why they kind of don't want the intimacy factor, and that's why they kind of care less and are just willing to have just, sperm donations. Also, it's not like men get paid a lot for sperm because we produce so goddamn much, whereas women get paid like $40,000 for eggs.
Crazy.
Which is, I mean, shit. If I had it,
is it when you go to like a sperm donor? Like what they give you, like $100?
I think
no, a couple like $100, a couple hundred. I doubt it's even there. It's probably like
it has to be $100. No chance.
I was thinking that could be like one C-note, right?
I mean, because you have to fill up a cup. You still got to remember, you got to fill the cup.
Damn.
So think about that. I don't know any tricks to make more semen come out of me, but listen, if you got to fill up a cup, I don't know if I could do it. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Because you at least gonna take a 10-minute break in between because you gotta take a nap. That first one.
Unless you haven't been practicing. If you haven't been practicing, you have to.
Okay.
You probably could get a good feel back to that.
What is it? So it says convention varies. It says, but an active donor who produces semen twice a week makes about $1,500 a month.
Oh shit. Okay, maybe. Okay, does this change things?
The price vary. Says $500 to $900 if the sperm is to be used.
yo, you are such
wait, but does this change things? No, this is a serious question now. Now we're getting somewhere good.
$1,500.
The money's that's plus. That's a lot.
Ryan, do you hear him? He's like,
he's actually rolling.
I was already a donor. I was ready to be a donor.
Yes, before we even started.
You got me on my Drake shit, Ryan. What? Drake?
What are you? Yo, Ryan. Donate. Nigga said donate.
Yo, Ryan.
So you wouldn't do it at the $1,500? That's a solid number.
Imagine if you can also say you
twice a month you get $1,500.
No. You need to donate sperm for a whole month, twice a week. So you need to have a total of 8 times a month.
So you go Monday, you go Thursday. You feel me?
It's a dedication.
Why do you have the schedule?
Time out. I'm just saying. I may have to reconsider.
Why do you have the schedule, Clayton? He said you go Monday, then you go Thursday.
Because you got to figure. Okay, the way I'm looking at it, you don't want to go out with a loaded gun.
Definitely did say Thursday.
Yeah. But you got to think, because look, you got to have a lot of semen. You got to figure, if you ain't getting no buns on Sunday, Monday, your shotgun is ready to go if you ain't getting ass. So now, Thursday, I'm saying get it out on Thursday because you got to remember, Thursday is when people go out and you get drunk and you might get some ass.
He thought this through. I just read this article 5 times over.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If you're a bum on Mass Ave, I think you should do
But here's the kicker. How you gonna take your picture? Because you're gonna be all dirty and bummy and shit.
Also, I want to say that because there are a lot of requirements. There are a lot of requirements to become a sport.
You gotta have a job.
You have to. I don't know about that, but
I was assuming.
Why would you have to have a job? You're not following these kids.
Yeah, because the women are gonna read your profile and be like, "Well, what does he do? Is he into computer? Is he a computer?"
No. So you're saying
you give a bio?
Yeah, you give a bio. You gotta give a bio.
That's cool.
I mean, like I said, I've never done, I'm just assuming, but this is what I would think if I had my sperm bank, Clinton's sperm bank. I want these women to come up in here and feel comfortable.
Why did you say Clinton's sperm bank?
Because
they're about to open one. Like, you got to be scared.
Wait, would you invest? Would you invest? I'm just curious because this is. Would you invest though? When you think about it,
unless it's a good turnover.
You feel me? That's $1,500.
Even though I feel fucked up because we're definitely.
Why?
We're throwing our morals out the window.
How are we morally throwing ourselves out the window?
Okay, guys, you can't father these kids. You're just busting nuts.
Once again, this is a business, Ruben. We are not doing this.
There has never been a rule saying that you have to father kids. That's only in religion.
Oh, he has a point. The man is speaking.
What happened to you?
He's been corrupted.
You know what? You've been hating too much.
Welcome to the dark side.
You have been in New Hampshire too long. I know the New Hampshire place said live free or die, but Ryan, you got to stop this.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you got.
Yeah, right. You know what he just said? He said, who said you had to father kids?
Granted, you do have.
And you got a great father. Your nut ass gonna say some wild shit like that.
I mean, that's a good point.
You got Harry's the best pops, and you got the nerve to say some nut ass shit like that.
That's a good point. That's a good ass point.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's hard because you have to differentiate. You got to be like, yo, I'm just giving something up and keep pushing. You know what? People do things for money here.
I mean, there's been worse things.
And honestly, you know what? I would honestly.
It'd been different if we said we were gonna strip, but guys, come on, man.
I would honestly investigate this.
Would you be a prostitute?
No.
What? Would you prostitute?
No.
So you don't want to father kids? No. Be a prostitute.
I'm not looking at him like that. I'm looking at you like that.
What are you talking about? I'm definitely gonna be a prostitute
because there's a difference. You are whoring yourself out for money.
Yeah,
you are just masturbating and just
kids that
but also everything's legal and everything's regulated.
Exactly. You ain't regulated.
If you're a prostitute, you on the corner.
You on the corner. You home.
I would be a substantial prostitute.
So you'd be
exactly. You'd have to
be a call girl.
Exactly. I wouldn't be on no corner. So stand on the corner anymore.
You go ahead.
In LA they do.
What is that? Where? In Oakland? San Andreas?
In Hollywood, they definitely stand on the corner.
They must be expensive as fucking Hollywood.
There's a whole block with them, but listen. Neither here nor there. We get to that. Let's get some
consequences. Definitely need to go to church. I'm very shocked that the one person
he went back
you
to church.
Definitely need to go there and wash your hands because you said you'd be a prostitute.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just saying.
An escort. Please don't call me a prostitute.
Sorry, a high end call.
I'd definitely be a high end call girl. Yeah, they would have to pay for the hotel and everything, and it can't be. It has to be a 5-star.
Carl, you on the line? Hello.
Call you back.
Nope. Someone. I don't know.
One more time.
All right, we'll try one more time. Let's see if they're on. I don't know who that person was.
Yeah, I really.
We got nervous at the whole conversation.
We really gotta check some of these people.
I'm just getting straight forward
podcast because it's crazy.
All right. Next person.
Let's move on.
Oh, hold on. Excuse me. Hold on. I have a call. Nope, they hung up on me. They're trying to call the hotline. I've always wanted to say that on the hotline. Caller, are you on the line?
It's really hotline women out here.
Hello, sir. Are you on the line? How are you? This is Clinton E. Martinez from the Opinions and Consequences podcast. I'm here with Ryan Ruiz and Ruben Telfort.
Yo, can you just say Ruben Telfort? Ruben, that's it.
Don't say the last name. I like to give everybody's government. You think it's my bad? How are you, caller? Please don't say nothing to incriminate yourself, but talk freely.
How y'all doing? My bad.
Hey, what's going on, player? What it look like?
Chill.
Ain't nothing shaking but ass?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
All right, well, shit. That's what we like to hear. Listen, we got a question, right? Because we having a little discussion on the panel right now. So, sperm donors are getting higher demands now because women apparently want pandemic babies. Do you see a problem with that? And would you do the job?
Yeah, honestly, I was listening. I didn't know they were getting paid like this.
What, 1,500?
A little bank.
Yeah, 1,500.
Does it change?
Wait a minute, beloved.
In the cup.
Hold on, brother. Let me ask you a question, my G. So you would be fine with that? Your morals would be straight? Like you'd be clean with that, my G?
Talking.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds enticing. That money sounds enticing, but I don't know if I feel good. I have my children out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, my children out there.
But I'm saying, okay, Colin, let's be
morals. I'm
see, because you put him in a fucked up situation. You put him back against the wall.
What are you talking about?
You went at his morals.
Okay, you went at his morals.
Look, that's fucked up. So, Carla, peep this, right? So, I'm just saying, let's say we in a pandemic, your bills is up.
Yeah.
You don't want to do nothing illegal. So you figure this is a way to make some money. Are you telling me you would not take that opportunity that is first off safe and regulated?
And you don't even have to hit the girl if she's not even looking good either.
And you making love to yourself.
Well, you can't smash anyways, but
love yourself.
You guys gotta donate.
Wow.
It's not like okay. Can we be honest, caller? Every man masturbates. Let's be honest. Let's shoot that straight. That naturally, you get rid of the loaded gun. Okay, so now you're getting rid of the loaded gun.
OJ,
and you goddamn right. And listen, if the nut is too equipped, you have to let it slip. All right. So long story. That was a good bar. That was a good bar. Thank you.
Sorry. Good bar.
Okay, but you feel me? Now you're getting paid for it instead of in your bathroom. You just gotta go twice a week and just drop it off like a deposit at the bank.
Well, you gotta be in the room, I think.
Yeah, with the magazine.
You have to be like twice a week. Like there's no paperwork. Like what?
Oh yeah, there's paperwork.
It's regulated. It's regulated.
They really sold your ass on this. Right? You bought the car with no insurance. Like you already ready to take it off the lot, my guy.
I'm just selling it. I'm just selling it. So you would. So now does that change things? Now that you got bills due and you was beating your knee for free, but now you can do it for a little bit of bread, a lot of bread, more than you would get if you were by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like these situations sound crazy. Yeah, definitely. If I was in a bind, that would definitely be very enticing. Like I said before, but I have to be in those situations. But morally, just me knowing that I have children out there. I mean, like regardless of the fact that I paid my bills, okay, I paid it. I'm good now for this month.
They also wouldn't know your name, just so you know that too.
True.
You just maybe because you may walk by a child.
You do sign an NDA.
Like you
sign an NDA, so there's a non-disclosure.
I walk by a child and be like, that kid looks kind of like me,
That kid kind of looks like me.
Every time I walk by a child, it looks like me. I be like, damn. Remember that time I busted that cup?
I left you in that cup. I know you make it, kid.
Wow.
Way to make it.
That's crazy.
And listen,
what would the conversation be like?
Yeah,
I didn't think you was gonna make it up that cup.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, right.
And I guess how do you talk to a shorty? What if you have a shorty by the time and now you see this little thing walking around in the mall and you're like, oh shit. And she's like, yo, that look like you. How do you explain that shit?
When you do it the same way everybody does it, you just keep it moving. Like the nigga look like me, but he ain't mine.
Not she asking you questions, actually what you did last weekend.
Exactly. So you can't even explain that. How would you tell a woman that I was in a tough time, I was in a bind, and instead of just fucking with the PUA, I decided to go to the little sperm bank, Clinton Sperm Bank in New Hampshire, and I was busting nuts 2 times a week for $1,500.
He's getting paid. Getting paid, yo. So alright, but okay.
So I might have a child out there, but I didn't cheat though.
So okay. Here was the moral dilemma though. Here's where we had a problem. Rubensito said that he would rather prostitute himself as a high-end call girl instead of this other option of being a sperm donor.
Because
how do you feel about that?
Yo, number one, black fathers already have an issue of not being there for their kids. Now you have women out here who are pretty much like, yo, niggas are never gonna be around regardless. So let me go get a kid. Yo, there's single women out here who are doing this.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Exactly. Not only lesbians. So what that tells you, it tells you that number one, they're done exactly. So now you gonna tell me that you gonna be that nigga, and that's another funny thing. So you rather not get a nigga to impregnate you, but you rather just have some random nigga put a seed in a cup and give you that. Women are out backwards than damn self. But for me, I don't want no little nigga walking around here that look like me and I can't be the dad. I'm sorry.
Your thoughts?
Nah, I feel like in partaking in that, I'm part of the women, the men and shit.
Exactly. That's exactly what you are. At least if I'm a prostitute, I'm practicing. What are you talking about? I'm practicing my dick game for the main one. What are you talking about? Exactly. Especially, I'm not gonna be in no motel. I would be in a 5-star hotel. My bio would be different from everyone else's.
Caller, would you be a high-end call girl? Or would you just be an on-the-corner prostitute? Just out of curiosity.
Okay, number one, he's not gonna say on-the-corner prostitute.
I mean, bro, like, yeah, if I gotta pick, I gotta be a high end.
All right, well, listen, Richard Gere. You know, pretty woman. Just saying.
They don't call me Haitian Brad Pitt for no reason, but go ahead.
All right. Caller, we appreciate your time. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody or say big ups to anybody?
Shout out to Brockton Pharmacy. Brockton Pharmacy.
Hey, is that where you're trapping out of, sir?
Dr. Freddie Galamba.
Okay. Okay, big up Freddie Galamba.
Big up.
He definitely is. What country is he from? Because that's a tough last name. Got to be African.
Nigerian.
I knew it. African. See, they pulling scams.
You can't just say African, bro. You gotta specify. There's so many countries in that.
If I said Kenyan, you would have been disrespected. I said he's from Africa.
Matter, man. They all run, nigga.
All right, Carla, man. We appreciate you, bro. Take care.
No doubt. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Later. Less.
No, that's real shit though. What? I do wonder that, like a high-end hoe, you gotta wait to get called. Like I seen a video the other day, right? Which is really random. My homegirl showed it to me. It was crazy. It was about high-end.
Oh, we got a story before he said it.
But I gotta set the tone. So I was watching the video. Right?
Y'all gonna take shots?
I was gonna ask you. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. Before we go to the next one, let's just take this shot real quick.
I was talking about.
Yeah,
we should take this before we have that conversation.
I should be taking shots with y'all. Y'all niggas out here want to have kids. So
the video was of a high-end escort in Abu Dhabi. I'm just gonna let you think about that for a minute.
Abu Dhabi, that's a wealthier.
Yes, it's a Dubai. Basically, think of Dubai.
Yes,
it's in that region, and there was some filth going on in this video that I would never wish on any woman.
What? She got shaded on?
Oh, in her mouth.
Wait,
that's crazy.
In her, yes. I
know you would be the one to bring that story. Rich, relax yourself on that, Rich. Relax yourself.
Well, no, I don't know.
That is premium gas, my.
I treat them like what's that movie when he couldn't see if he was dead the whole movie? I treat them like that. I had Mr. Glass in it. You remember that movie?
Yep.
I see dead people all the time. That's what I treat them motherfuckers like because I don't see them. I don't see them. But back to my point. Mm-hmm. So he was shitting and it was like Biggie after I shits on the bitch. So I'll just say, okay. So but you got to think about that. Well, listen. You said you would be a high-end prostitute.
So, but I'm not doing none of that.
Are you? What's your question?
I was just well. That's what high-end prostitutes do. So now does that change your mind?
That's a high-end prostitute in a foreign country, sir.
Ball game.
Where do you think they get flown from?
All I'm saying is this: if you're gonna be a high-end prostitute, I feel like you should be able to pretty much put what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do.
So, like rappers,
number one, I'll be a higher male prostitute, and I would only be dealing with women.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I didn't. My bad. Listen, I wasn't. Listen, this is the country we live in. It's not gender biased no more. You can be whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, come on, man.
Okay. Hey, I'm comfortable. Are you comfortable?
Not anymore. Thank you.
I mean, that was the point. I was curious.
Clint just took this to some real wild.
Ask a question. I mean, listen.
That's your man. You agreed with him before. Don't front now. Here you go. You can't jump shit.
It's opinions and consequences.
Yeah, it's true.
We just opinionated out here.
What we doing next?
My bad. All right. Oh, Well, let's talk about it since this just happened. Actually, I kind of wanted to bring this up. Let's get into some sports real quick. We ain't sports podcast. Let's talk about it.
All right.
We tried to talk about it, but the Nets. Let's get to it.
All right.
I know you got a lot of intake, Ruben. They lost yesterday. They lost to the worst team in the NBA in scoring efficiency. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Colin Sexton had 42 points. Kyrie Irving had
out of his mind.
37 points. All the players average around 48 to 50 plus minutes of play.
Because of overtime.
Because of 2 overtimes. What do we think? What do we feel after seeing the entire trio together? And how do we think this is going to work out? Ruben, take it away.
Oh, man. So here's my thing here. All right, guys. I feel that they gave up too much. Mm-hmm. And they gave up too much at the wrong time. Because Dinwiddie, of course, he has an ACL issue.
Bum ass Ryan.
He's out for the year.
Ryan's our Dinwiddie.
Hey guys,
he's out for the year. But for me, I feel like this. Like Miami, right? When Miami did their big three, Chris Bosh was a 4 or 5. Now you have a big three with nothing but guards. So I feel like because of that, it doesn't really like operate well. That's one. Then after that, another thing is James Harden would have to be the one because there's no way you can have Kyrie be the one and he's never made anybody better.
But they don't play defense.
Exactly.
Let's get to
that. The thing is that for them to actually beat teams, Steve Nash would have to stop doing that whole little sub 2 stars out and keep 1 in. I feel like he would have to keep 2 on and 1 out, then bring 1 back in. Like for him, he would have to play them a lot more minutes because they have no bench.
Like musical chairs.
Pretty much.
You basically want them to
Pretty
move
much,
around.
exactly.
I mean, Kevin Durant's the most efficient one. I mean, that's the
Of
only
course.
One. That's the only one that doesn't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
He's the easiest one. It's the other two that's like
exactly.
I was just impressed. I like Colin Sexton. Like I said, this isn't the first time he's impressed me. He impressed me in college with that 3-on-5. Like that was really he was impressive in high school. So like this kid can always play, and it's actually kind of funny that Colin Sexton was the pick that they traded Kyrie for.
Exactly.
So him busting his ass kind of made it a little bit. Well, he didn't really bust it. I mean, he gave him 42 at 37.
No, he busted his ass.
Yeah, but it was 42 to 37. I kind of count that as a wash, low key. You know,
I feel like Kyrie doesn't play no defense in anyone. No. Every time he switches off, it's like green light for anyone.
Yeah, but that's like the same thing with Curry. It's green light.
I feel like if Kyrie switched off on you, you would go to the cup on him, bro.
I think I would try. I would I mean, but the guy can. I mean, he's a flat.
No, of course, he's amazing. But he's a killer more than someone that can really get anyone better, though. It's sad because LeBron actually said that during the summer when he was on RJ's podcast. It was RJ's podcast and this other lady and another player. He pretty much admitted that it's sad. It would be a disservice for Kyrie if you never had an MVP. And I believe it because he's never made anyone better, bro.
Yeah, he is a talent.
At least that's why I was fine with James at the 1 because James actually made people better.
Yeah, he knows how to pass the ball. He leads every year in assists. We gotta give him his efficiency. He may hold on to the ball for too long, but the guy does pass the ball and he allows everybody out.
I kind of feel bad for them because COVID's messing up their time of actually being able to get the practice time. But for me, bro, it looks like pickup to me now because they don't run no sets. They spread out for 4 out, 1 in. DeAndre's in the middle.
He can't do shit. He does nothing.
No, he doesn't. But it's so crazy how the past 3 games he has a double-double now.
Miraculously.
That's so funny. After the trade, he has energy.
Because thing's not there no more.
Exactly.
Jared Allen's gone, so he's not worried.
And even though they should have definitely got DeAndre out and kept.
Yeah, Jared Allen.
Yeah. Jared Allen's gonna lock the paint up. Ain't nobody going in the paint like that.
I'm nervous. They're gonna have to pay him later on. That's the only downside. Jared Allen. Because he going up.
His upside is crazy.
Well, the thing was that they tried to give him an extension. He didn't take it.
He bet on himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with.
It is. Especially he felt like they probably wasn't gonna value him that much.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but you mean because of that trade, we got a shout out to LeVert actually.
God bless Karis LeVert. They found a what on his
a mass
on his name.
I had no idea.
I like this. I really liked his response. He said, "I'm glad that this trade happened because it allowed me to save me in the long run."
Amen.
That's a humble dude right there. So prayers up to you, Karis LeVert. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say
what is a mass?
A mass, what I believe, and
is that cancer or something?
I'm not a medical professional.
I'm not gonna say I'm a medical professional. I believe it's a dormant
cancer
mass.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's crazy. So he basically had cancer on his body.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's a young guy.
It's also it's not
really young.
That's also different too. When it's dormant, it has no it just has the cells there, not necessarily generated at all.
So it hasn't became cancer.
It's just sitting there.
Possibility.
So does that mean all you do is surgery and take it off, or does that mean you'd have to wait on that or something?
That I can't even answer.
Yeah, because I think he's out indefinitely.
Oh, yeah,
he's out indefinitely.
He must have. I think there's two ways you can either have surgery or you could probably have to do some type of treatment.
And it's on his kidney, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's his kidney.
You don't have to. You can get around the kidney,
right?
You good?
I mean, you need your kidney.
You need two kidneys.
Your kidney detoxifies you.
You only need one kidney. Yeah.
I mean, no. Yes.
Technically, you need two.
You need both,
but you can
survive with one.
Yeah.
Not saying you should, because your kidney is what purifies your body.
Yeah,
that's true.
So if you don't have that, that's like a real serious thing. But I mean, watching this whole thing play out, I'm excited to watch it. But it's also like a train wreck. It's like I don't want to see it, but I can't help but watch, because if it goes bad, it's gonna go bad.
Well, for me, the only person that's going to take the back seat is James. And
you think so? I think it's Kyrie.
Nah,
Kyrie. No, he can't. He's too much of a drama,
bro. It won't
happen.
happen.
He won't allow it.
Do you think they'll get rid of Kyrie before they get rid of James, or you think they'll get rid of James before they get rid of Kyrie?
I think they tried to shop Kyrie and nobody wanted him.
Isn't that funny? So that's why I said he will have to take the back seat.
Yeah,
because James Harden. Let's be fair. James Harden and Kevin Durant are better than Kyrie Irving. That's just a fact.
Yes.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I would.
It's just a fact. Offensively, Kyrie can score with the best of them, but he can't score at the clip that Kevin Durant and James Harden can. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Think about it. James Harden can string together 40-point games like nothing.
I feel like Kyrie could do the same thing too, though.
But he's not gonna go.
I feel like you have the three top number one-on-one guards, bro.
Yeah,
touche. But okay, let's out of what we've seen in their careers, consistency. Kevin Durant, we know, is a unicorn. He is the one that is just, he don't need more than 10 touches.
He's more efficient, of course.
He don't need
he's
more
not a volume shooter.
Exactly.
Of course.
James Harden, we've seen score 40 points.
Facts.
We've never seen Kyrie do that. We've seen him average 28 to 30 points in the finals when he fucking shit the bed in the first game. Wow. But we've never seen him in a season average James Harden's averaging 35 a year.
Yeah.
Every year.
But that's when you're playing him at the one with Kai. So if you put him at the two, it's a whole different game.
Agreed.
Spot out two. Yeah. He's always played the one.
But you also
imagine
said,
him going off for that. Number one, James dribbles the ball too much.
A lot.
He does.
A lot.
Kyrie does quick moves.
True. It's like a dribble move.
Sometimes I ain't gonna front. He can get in the same thing that James do. But for me, Kyrie's a killer.
But also, like you said, Kyrie doesn't make the team better.
That's why you don't put him at the one.
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. So I would think that's where my reality is of Kyrie. He's more disposable than James Harden is, because at least James Harden his first game he was just diamond.
Yeah, of course. They were killing it, just them two. Yeah. And they didn't get nothing. They had no practices. That was just working off each other.
That was just playing around.
Yeah, number one, my issue is this about them. How do they still got the chance to still keep what's the bucket? What's called? What's his name? The white boy with the shooter.
Oh, Joe Harris.
How did still Joe Buckets? How did they keep him?
Oh, he probably wasn't high on the trading pool.
Oh, really? Oh, he did take the extension, right?
Yeah. I think he locked in, right? Oh, that's what it was. He locked in. I mean, he probably had a no trade clause if that was the case. But I mean,
hold on. I just want to. Everybody can just quit something quick. Do you think seeing these three together and seeing you mentioned that is all individual ballers,
right?
Do you think this is going to change the future of the NBA?
The future of the NBA has already been changed since
Golden State, since Celtics,
since Miami,
since
exactly. So what I'm saying, so then I'm changing my question.
Everybody's teaming up.
I was going to say, is it less strategy and running plays and more individual talent?
No. You still have to run plays. The problem is that because of COVID stops anyone from actually having practice. Yeah. So for them, they only had one game of practice, and that was before that game the other day. Now they have new rules because of COVID. Now you can only have 10 players in the training room. Even when you're doing film sessions and stuff like that. Everything's changing. Exactly. But for me, it's this. You have a new coach, Steve Nash, who's never coached
or never played defense either.
He was definitely in Golden State, where he won a chip in Golden State because he was a player coach. So all he was doing was training. But for me, it's I don't know what offense you run with them. You feel me? You have three dynamic dudes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. James took the back seat. I'm telling you.
There's a sleeper coach. D'Antoni's on there too.
Yeah.
That's a fact, and that's why that works out.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny about that? How would you feel about a back door on that?
Hey, caller, how are you? This is Clintney Martinez from Opinions and Consequences. I'm here with Ryan Ruiz and Ruben Cito.
God bless you, Clint. For not
how are you, caller?
Government.
I'm doing well. How are you guys today?
Well, it's staying black, gifted, and handsome. Just regular. Can't complain about it. We woke up this morning, so I can't complain.
Keeping it how we keeping it, brother. How you doing, bro?
Just living.
Can't call it. Trying to live better than the rest.
Woo! Amen.
That's a bar right there.
Low key it is.
I'm definitely going to steal that. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to keep that in my own group chat.
Caller, just be sure to say nothing incriminating. We obviously don't want you to get into no shit behind us. But listen, our question of the evening for you is the Nets trade and their outcome. What are we thinking? How do we feel about the Kyrie situation with Harden and Durant? Do we see it working? And furthermore,
hold on. Before you answer that,
asking a lot.
One quick question. Kamala Harris on a Monday for unprime days, or would you pipe her on a prime days?
That's a good question.
Quick question.
So I heard the first part with the new big three. The second part got a little muffled.
Oh, sorry. They couldn't hear you.
I was asking you if you would pipe Kamala Harris on a Monday on unprime days, or would you pipe her on a prime day?
Listen, only because my wife's around, I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping all of that PG.
Okay, I feel you. So a Monday.
I told you. He said, that was Monday. That was definitely Monday. But back to the question at hand. How do you feel about the Nets, and what are you thinking since you've seen them in 2 games, 1 win and 1 big loss?
Well, first and foremost, I will say I've never been a James Harden fan. I think his game, is very limited. However, I think paired with KD, I think KD is arguably top 2 in the league. I think he's putting everybody on notice.
Facts.
I think he's letting everybody know that his absence, people forgot, and he understands that it's what have you done for me lately league. So I think he's putting people on notice. When it comes to people trying to form their own big threes, when it comes so quickly, I think everybody goes through their growing pains. Some teams find it quicker. Some teams find it at the wrong time. We could talk about the Clippers. But this team, I think they're going through their growing pains, and I think there's so much offensive power there where they have potential and opportunities. I think their defense obviously is going to be a weak point. Everybody's touched on that. But who's going to be that third wheel who's willing to say, all right, let me sit back and understand when that rock comes to me, I'll make it happen, but I can't demand it. Every big three has had that one person who has to take a tremendous step back. And who's going to do that on the Nets is going to be interesting.
Do you have them in the Eastern Conference Finals, first and foremost?
I think right now, I will have to say yes. I think KD is just that dominant where he can definitely elevate them to the Eastern Conference Championship.
That's fair.
My question is this: James at the 1 or Kyrie at the 1?
See, when you're looking at this team, I think you're going to have to put Kyrie at the 1, personally. I think Kyrie, what day, what Kyrie shows up? I guess basically Kyrie shows up.
When Kyrie shows up. The same one that shows up all the time. Someone that don't play defense.
My issue with that is that I would put James at the 1 because I know that James actually made people better. You feel me? He's actually done that. Even with talent, less talent. He's actually average more of a clip on assists.
Talent?
Yeah, he definitely had the Rockets with some less talent, my G. Like, they wasn't all-stars on there.
Caller, excuse me as I interrupt for the next 2 seconds. He's had, and I will list, and
of course,
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, of course. Number 1, he had Dwight Howard that wasn't
Russell Westbrook.
Dwight Howard was the same Dwight Howard.
Carmelo Anthony. Check. He's had a lot of talent.
Yeah, but of course, what I'm trying to explain is this: number 1, he had Melo's my favorite player, but he had Melo at the time when Melo was going to be a bench player. When D'Antoni and Melo had beef, that wasn't a good look. 10 days. Are you serious? Then after that, what he had Chris Paul, who
that was a big one.
That was a big one. Of course it was. But at the end of the day, look what it looked like. Chris Paul had to hold the 1.
He got hurt.
You know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm saying. So now I feel like he's always played the 1. He's always had the ball in his hand for about 6-7 years. You got to give it to him. What did Kai do with the Celtics? With a bus A bus of players, bro.
That's true too.
A bus of players. What did he do? He still wanted to take the game-winning shot, knowing that you had a rising star like Tatum. You had Simba coming out the Lion King, my nigga. Come on, that's what I'm saying.
Because he's light.
All I'm saying is, my question to him is, you mean he said that he'd rather Kai? I'd still rather James. I'd rather James with the rock. Because Kai at the number one, Kai in the lineup makes you smaller. You feel me?
That's true.
And it's green light for anybody that goes against him regardless. But for me, I know how Kai is. Kai is a killer. He's just like, he has like Kobe mentality. So if I pass you the ball here and there, you miss a few shots, I'm going gusto, my nigga.
That is sex in
Hey, Fab, last question before we let you go.
Sexton's not doing that on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Brady or or Rodgers? Who you got this weekend?
Oh, that's another toss swap. Honestly, I think Aaron Rodgers has something to prove. I think it's hard to beat a team twice. I think right now, Rodgers, I think everything is clicking. I'm not taking anything away from the GOAT. However, I think time's going to run its course. I think Rodgers and the Packers take it in Lambeau.
And Mahomes and Allen? Who are you taking, Mahomes versus Allen?
Mahomes versus Allen. I think if Mahomes is healthy, he's practicing, he's clear, I think they find a way where the defense knows that they got to step up in order to protect Mahomes for the big dance. Yep. I think the Bills, as talented as they are this year, I think they overachieved. I think they're still a couple pieces short, although I'm not going to disrespect their defense, especially in the red zone. However, I just think there's the floor for the Chiefs is just way too high. I don't think there's ever been such a low floor for the Chiefs.
All right, Fab, man. We appreciate you, man. Any shout-outs? Anybody you want to give love to while you on the air?
Hey, man, I want to appreciate all the brothers that's over here trying to change the narrative. Let us know that we're putting our voice on a platform. I appreciate y'all. Definitely want to shout out my wife holding it down here as I'm on the phone with our little man. But I just want to tell y'all, just keep doing y'all thing in 2021. You know, we're in a new change. Yeah, we got a new regime in the office right now, but what do we do from now in the next 4 years, and how we determine ourselves, I think will determine how we see these next 4 years. So
you ain't sleeping on the couch for a good month now.
I feel like somebody.
You ain't, they look like he's buttering up.
I feel like somebody.
Listen, man. Happy wife, happy life.
Hey, bless up. Love, Fab, man. We talk to you soon.
My guy.
Keep doing y'all thing, fellas.
All right, man. Later.
Easy.
Oh, you know, I was
my man buttered up, though.
You know, listen, when you next to your girl, don't act like y'all ain't did that either. Because you got to act all smooth with it. Like, you know, I'm just here with baby girl. Just, you know what I'm saying? We just over here cooking. And
he definitely had that phone on speaker.
What you talking about? And you notice he kept it PG. He said it real quick. I told you, don't get your ass in no shit behind us. And I'm just giving y'all people the truth.
Shout outs to you on that. You know, somebody got to buy you a drink when it all opened up.
Oh, well. You did buy me 1942.
What do you mean next week?
Oh yeah, January 25th. They lifting the ban.
The ban's over.
The ban is lifted.
So we back outside?
Whoa, we're not back outside.
We're not back outside. We are not.
So you
outside.
You gotta calm down with this. You gotta specify what you're talking about.
Outside.
Well,
we're not back outside.
We outside.
So here's how it is. In Massachusetts, we have to explain it. He said front yard. Wow. Okay. So here's what the ban is. The ban's being lifted from saying that there's no longer a curfew. For those that knew that there was a curfew or a restaurant, there was a curfew up until 9:30. Now that's being lifted. They can go until whatever time they needed to. I believe it's like 1 or 2, whatever time the restaurant.
Whatever time it closes.
But so you can do a little bit more dabbling in the games of socializing, but
you can dabble.
You still need to make sure you're wearing your mask.
Yeah.
Right, Clint?
Yeah,
so does that mean clubs ain't open up yet?
No clubs opened up yet. Nothing in Boston. Nothing in Massachusetts. Nothing in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a dub unless it's a hole in the wall.
Well, it feels good not to get rushed now. At dinner.
Yeah, that was weird.
Especially at these expensive dinners.
That 8:30 hurry up and order, get out time. I didn't like that. I felt rushed. Like, why are you closing the windows while I'm eating dessert? Like, this is just weird.
They start mopping and shit.
Yeah, I see Pablo
you smelling bleach and shit.
There. Like, I just wanted to enjoy this time.
You over here trying to enjoy your surf and turf and shit.
That's crazy. True. Yeah. Shout out to even Louis. To our next thing, listen, our final topic. Let's talk about it. Recently released film coming out, starring Pop Smoke, R.I.P., and Eddie Hong, called Boogie. The trailer is up now. Take a look. It's on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Just take a look. It's essentially the star from the ABC sitcom Fresh Off the Boat his memoir and his bio. He's basically a writer. He's writing a coming of age story following a Chinese American teen in Queens, New York. You can meet Alfredo Boogie Chin in the brand new trailer that's posted. Basically, he has great basketball skills, and his nemesis is Pop Smoke.
Yeah,
We're gonna see the
definitely
debut of his acting career, gentlemen. How do we feel? Are we gonna watch it? What do we think? And
I'm shocked it's not on Netflix yet.
Yeah.
No, it's coming out in theaters. This is like a actual movie.
Yeah, it's a full movie. So,
it's a full movie.
So to give a little context with the movie itself, it's really about the mix of cultural for Asian Americans. Asian Americans is really about their original heritage and also what their morals are, right? And so, as they and honestly, and it's like it's similar to the white man can't jump.
Touche.
Because if you think of it like,
this is that's
how many
fair.
Asians do you know that are
fair.
actually playing basketball?
Actually,
Sorry. Let me retract that. How many major superstars? How many major superstars?
That's the point. Let Ryan get that out.
Have you seen, or even people that are in the main light aside from Yao Ming?
Correct.
And also Jeremy Lin.
He had a run.
They got the YMCA in downtown.
Well, okay.
People,
That's
it's telling a different story that's gonna get a lot of people attracted to it. And I really hope. For me, from my background, I just love seeing something that's different in the movie theaters.
I agree.
And it's a cultural thing. It's somebody's different culture other than the white culture or black culture. Yeah. It's a different culture that's mixing together also with black culture though, because they also don't talk about it because Pop Smoke is being from the trailer, he being a ball player, he's being a dog.
Yeah,
he gonna set the tone.
I feel like it's so low budget. It just, it's so like that's why I'm saying how it hasn't hit Netflix or Channel 56. Like, it's just mad low budget.
Well, to be fair, we can't. I guess it looks low budget, but hold on. Like, there's a lot of movies that were low budget that were great. We have to. Before we can you listen? Saw.
I think Saw. So let me
time out. Saw was a low budget film. Yes, it was.
It caught a lot of traction.
But that's my point. It's not so much about what the product costs. It could have been shot well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of low budget movies that you didn't know were low budget that were freaking huge. You know what I'm saying? That were huge successes. So it's like, I think the storyline, I do agree with Ryan on that point. Like, I do appreciate something different because I don't always want to see a black dude hooping because, black men are more than just basketball. But to see an Asian cat doing it is kind of different because I know some Asian cats that can ball, like that can really.
Yeah, I do too.
So it's like, granted, they don't get the same shine. They're always known for, math or accounting, which I think is an unfair thing. You know what I'm saying, for them, because
getting off the stereotype, breaking that shit, bro.
It's breaking through the window the same way black people want to break through the window of stereotypes in movies. So I do kind of appreciate it for that factor. Does it look a little low budget? Yeah, it looks kind of like, okay, maybe it could be a Netflix or Amazon release. And fair. But now here's the question.
Same thing like that Meat Mill joint that just dropped with the bikes and all that.
That movie was bad though.
I haven't watched it. I just saw the trailer.
I saw the trailer for this, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm only interested because of Pop Smoke.
Pandemic is not stopping. Like, I'm not going regardless, bro.
Before you go on to the question real quick, I'm just going to also add that the fact that there is a bigger emphasis on this. Not only is it a different storyline culturally,
it's cultural,
but it's also and it's combining two cultures that are really, I would say the black culture is what's going on a lot right now.
Yeah.
But also Asian culture, now this is a bigger topic that's going to start a conversation. Yeah, and also to add, I'm also going to say Pop Smoke, R.I.P., he passed away. So this is even a bigger emphasis, especially that his music, under that trailer, his music was there thumping.
Yeah.
It was.
And that makes it so much stronger. And don't get me wrong, like also, I wasn't listening to Pop Smoke like as much when he was alive, now that he's passed.
Pretty much.
So like that's even a bigger emphasis hearing his voice on there. And now people are like, yo, he passed. Like, he's in a movie?
Right.
So that's why I think it's getting mainstream.
I think that's the only reason why it's not going to Netflix. That's why.
Is it what? Because of the Pop Smoke influence?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that in the storyline. I think that in the storyline.
Yo, I'm telling you, if Pop Smoke wasn't in that, it would have been on Netflix, my G.
Yeah.
I feel like someone had to push it to the theaters because of who he was and how he died and how was the big influence after that. Mm-hmm. That's the only way for me, because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, you got to think of marketing and all that. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's cool if you want to go through behind the lines and the whole race thing and all that.
That's the part I do appreciate.
Yeah,
that part
you can, but for me, for the whole Me looking at that, I saw the trailer and I was kind of like, bro, I wouldn't be shocked. This shit came off on YouTube, my nigga.
But here's my question: if the movie is a good movie, will that change your hindsight on looking at movies that look low budget? Because what if this movie is great? Like I said, I just used Saw because that was the only example I really have right now at the moment. But I'm sure there's other ones I can come up with if I just sit here and think that were low budget films that you thought had such a big budget but were cheap. You know what I'm saying? I think there was, what was the movie? The Get Out had a low budget.
Yeah, it did.
Get Out had a very low budget and it looked cheap. To be fair, it did. But when you saw it, it was a good movie. So it's like, I think we have to get out of that approach of, oh, it looks low budget, I'm not gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be trash.
That's more on the viewers and all that. Because number one, Get Out was at a time where we're still dealing with the same shit we're dealing with.
But once again, it was a low budget film. You said because it looked cheap.
I hear you, but still, the way it came out, it didn't come out on some on World Star where you were watching a trailer, bro. Like you really saw this commercial for it. You're not getting no commercial for this one right here, bro.
Nah, and
you're not.
I'm also gonna. This is the most unique
World Star, and you gonna watch the commercial there.
This is the most. I think this is one of the most unique times to put a movie out, and you have to be very specific how you market it. Because I think that's what the point you just hit on. That made me trigger. Like, damn, you got to think about how you do, because nobody's going to theaters.
No,
you got to think about what platform you're gonna put it on.
Exactly.
And there's like 19 platforms.
That's
right now.
why they
it's getting crazy, bro.
So that's why I'm shocked it was on Netflix.
Also, Netflix is the most mainstream too right now. That's crazy how they came from being DVDs to digital,
and they going
to movies and going up in price.
17 something. I got the email. These
trifling.
They just went up 200 million viewers this year. Just let that sink in. 200
cheese on bread. Yo, Netflix sponsor us. We out here. You feel me?
We definitely should get a short.
And also make sure we get that short film.
Definitely have a short film.
Yo, my man back there, do documentary. You got this?
What would our film be about?
I think we should do that movie that you was just talking about.
The sperm movie?
The sperm bank.
Oh yeah, that's
him do a movie on Sperm Bank?
No, it's a we. See, like I like how it was him. I like how it was him.
You was with him. On
yeah. I like how it was him now.
I told you,
don't jump off shit now. Don't do that. Don't get righteous now.
I don't know if I want you.
No, you know what? The only thing that
I don't know if I want you on the team.
The only thing I've been thinking about with that now, y'all had me thinking ever since we had this conversation about the whole sperm donor. I was like, damn, like, what if I don't want to like go to the sperm bank one week?
Mail your shit in.
They got an Uber, sperm bank Uber.
Pull up, nigga, pick your shit up. Nigga,
Wait. That's actually. Wait a minute. That's a business. Hold on, keep that on us. We gonna cut this out.
What, Clint? I wanted to ask you this question.
I am here for it
because I know you would feel me on this.
I definitely might.
Okay, look.
It's out the box.
Check this out.
I'm here.
Okay, it's not fully out the box, but it's
close enough.
We're in the same thing.
Close enough.
Do you ever remember that movie Repo?
Oh, Repo Man?
Repo, where they had to repo the body parts? Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that one too.
That was
okay. Right, you were here too. You were in here too. All right, so look, check this out. How would you feel if you spent money on your girl and you upgraded her body?
Oh, this is great.
And let's say y'all didn't work out.
This is great.
I think you should be able to get your money back.
I am in. I am in. So you get to repo that ass?
You get to repo that ass.
Oh, this is
great.
Yo,
Rich.
That's dope.
Listen, Rich, we need to ask. Steve. Is Steve out there? Steve, is he still transparent?
Talk to somebody about that.
Somebody asked Steve something.
Yeah. Would you be with that? That is a great idea.
Exactly.
Better movie Repo Man.
Right.
This is great. Ruben actually has a solid point.
I think so.
Let's say you pay for your woman to go to Columbia, DR, whatever, Dr. Miami.
Right.
And you don't work out.
Facts.
This is a service now that you can basically
that's insurance. That's insurance.
So hold on, let me tell Snapchat real quick.
No,
all right. Snapchat world, I have a question for you guys because I feel like we should really do this. Okay. I think they should be a repo on the women that you have spent money on for them to upgrade their bodies. So if it didn't work out, I think you should call the repo and the repo should go over there and take them fucking shits out her ass, out her titties, out her lips, out her thighs, and all that. And if the fellas agree, hit my line.
Spanish drug dealers will be my best client.
No, of course, Spanish drug dealers will definitely be the best client.
Oh my God. I got a question. For all three of y'all.
A follow-up question to that? Or?
No, I got a question. You said repo.
Repo. You should be able to repo the shit that you
all y'all drunk, y'all got smashed?
What the fuck are you talking about? What's the question?
Hold on.
That's not even a question.
Repo. Upgraded a shorty, my G.
You've been drinking too much.
I'm just trying to
come
My nigga been drinking.
So, all right.
This nigga been drinking.
What are you doing?
This nigga been drinking.
Hold on, Rich. What was your question? I'm just trying to comprehend.
Man, I don't want to hear Ruben's dumb ass. Get the hell out of here, man.
Can you say
What's
what
wrong
your
with
question is,
And
sir?
you had to give him that drink, huh? Now look at him. Now he got courage.
he
liquid courage. Now this nigga, now he eating beef again. He eating meat again. All right, now.
Can I have a question? What was your question? I'm really curious.
He said the repo man.
Yeah, you repo what you pay for.
You repo what you pay for.
What you pay for?
So you buy a woman.
Ain't nobody said we wouldn't knock down a chick with a fake ass, my nigga.
Yeah,
That's not the question.
Hold on, I'm confused.
Oh,
Yeah, so next. Yo, somebody phone a friend for this nigga.
You know the short.
Where's my lifeline at? Where's my lifeline?
You got no lifeline.
I got you. Yo, this is the business
Unemployed
proposition.
DJs, can we go
Ruben's proposition was this: like the movie Repo Man.
Okay,
They would repo your liver, whatever you had that you couldn't pay for.
Yep.
Essentially,
Okay.
he's saying now, if the same service was given for or whoever who acquired something for like a woman, let's say you bought her a BBL, Brazilian butt lift, or you paid for breast augmentation or whatever.
Okay.
If we had the service and we were capable to repo it back,
Facts.
would you be Would you be okay with that? Would you support that?
Right.
Because you paid for it,
Right.
and it's like keeping a receipt. It's like having insurance on a burnt
Exactly.
house.
Damn, I wish y'all could see his face. He thinking hard as hell.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Everything's a yes.
Everything's
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, DJ, yes. But yo, real talk, man. I think we should really do that, fellas.
There's
I mean,
definitely
if you
some
spent money on her body, her booty, thighs,
Y'all niggas
the
still
whole
hitting
nine.
though. Y'all all still hitting.
Yo,
Nobody's
that's not the
knocking her
question, my nigga.
And on that note,
That's not the question. We gonna wrap this up. We gonna wrap this up.
Listen,
We can't let this
appreciate
shit
you
go.
guys. Thank you for staying with us for another episode.
Cheese on bread.
Episode 80. Be sure to check us out. YouTube. Make sure
Oh yeah, he's drunk.
y'all follow Clinton Sperm Bank. Make sure
Holla at Rusito Repo Shop.
Yeah.
Nigga.
2022 or somewhere.
Yo, can I get a salutations?
Yo, he's not even. Yo, he's no longer DJ Rich. He's DJ Gone.
Shout out Rusito's
I have my own
Repo
text line.
Shop.
Wait, I have my own
She
text line.
broke your heart, my nigga.
DJ Gone.
Nigga in the streets, nigga. Throwing that ass, bitch. Like that.
Take care, America.